According to sources, women make up 10% of the global energy workforce in oil and gas, petrochemicals, power, and nuclear sources. Welcome to Energy Quest. Today, I have a special treat for you. I will introduce you to some exceptional women in the sector. Everyday women breaking the glass ceiling right here in Ghana.
My day typically starts with emails and responding to WhatsApp messages from clients or my employees. WhatsApp first, because usually by the time they send me a WhatsApp, it's urgent. So WhatsApp first and then emails. So after 11, my emails are usually done and I do a walkabout. I like to say hello to the staff, be interactive, find out if there's anything they didn't email me about, but is still relevant. So I start on accounts. Once I check with accounts, I go to HR, see if there's any issues, anybody that hasn't come to work that is giving her headaches. And then once I step outside, I'm in the main yard. So this is where I deal with driver issues, vehicle issues. With over 400 trucks, you have to make sure you're keeping an eye on them. And the journey management department is the one that does that. They are the heart of the business, really. They monitor the trucks. They issue trips for the drivers, and then they also make sure that when the drivers come back from their trips, they close out the trip and make sure everything went according to plan. This helps us to give our clients confidence that when you give us anything to do, we'll be able to deliver to all your best satisfaction. After I walk about the journey management department, I go to maintenance. Now, there's where I'm out of my league, but I'm managing because I have competent staff. It's purely technical. It is about truck parts, truck maintenance, trucks. And I check on it. Mainly when I get there, I check to make sure that they are following the safety rules and that the supervisors and the mechanics are working hand in hand to make sure that works are completed on time and in good quality. So once I'm done with that, I've basically walked around the yard. I see a few drivers. A few of them say hi to me. A few of them take an opportunity to tell me all their problems. And then I come back into the office, continue with emails, do my reports because I have to report to my boss at the end of the day. And then that should be it. My day typically ends around 7 o'clock and then I'm done. So JK Hogley Transport and Company Limited is a family-owned, African-owned business that specializes in the transportation of petroleum goods across Ghana and the West African sub-region. We transport wet products and dry products using petroleum tankers and also flatbed cargo trucks. We've been in business for 40 years and counting. We're currently on the third generation, and the business was started by our dear Madame Ablan of blessed memory. Yes, a woman started the business. It's about 400 trucks and counting that we have going forward, and we serve mainly between 8 to 11 clients and a few other sports hire clients. Our main clients are one of the biggest OMCs in the country, and we continue to serve them with excellent service, which is one of our biggest mottos over here. African excellence is possible, and we want to make sure that we are proof that Africans can be excellent. Mostly my job is direction. I set vision and I make sure the vision is being implemented. So once the vision has been set, I'm the tracker, I'm the monitor. I talk to clients, I talk to staff. I'm always looking out for how best I can utilize my staff. That's basically what I do. I set the vision, I monitor it, and I make changes along the way. I'm a woman. My staff strength is about 557 last count, and only less than 20 of them are women. So you should understand that I'm dealing with mature men. I'm young, I'm a woman. So I find that it's dicey. You can't be the same with everybody. Some men respond when you're softer, and some respond when you're harsh. So it's a tricky situation finding out which is which. So you always have to try first when you're dealing with people. So my biggest challenge is people management.
So my name is Gina Malkani. I am Ghanaian, even though a lot of people say I'm not. I was born and bred in Ghana, just down the road actually, Kolibu Teaching Hospital. I was born to parents that moved to Ghana at a very young age. My father moved to Ghana when he was 17 and came with nothing but made something very great of himself. So he was the biggest role model in my life. He was the person that I didn't want to be like, I wanted to be him. So that was my upbringing in Ghana here. Today I'm in the energy industry, but I've had to work in many different industries to just learn the ropes and learn how things are done before ending up in this space.
Tell us more about your own career journey.
Well, as far as career, we're talking about career, you have your more formal career, and then you have the informal one that started way before the formal career.
Okay.
I started actually working quite a lot with my father. I learned watching him, so I learned how everything was being manufactured, how things were sold. So I learned a lot of my soft skills by watching him as well. Then while being in university in the UK, I was working simultaneously. I was in too much of a hurry to make money. While being in university, I was working at a publishing firm. In selling advertising space, and you know how hard it is to sell advertising space and speaking to people you do not know, convincing them to part with money. So I learned a lot through that. In fact, that was one of the biggest lessons I learned, and I learned that if you could convince someone you did not know to buy something from you, you were becoming a superstar. Absolutely. So I joined the automobile industry. I worked for PHC Motors, and I was instrumental in marketing all the passenger cars. I was responsible, I should say, for marketing all those Tata vehicles that you see all over the country. So I did that for a while, and then I moved on to VW and Porsche from there. And then I've also worked in the pharma industry, in the wellness and health industry. And then I moved into the oil and gas sector, and I moved into Springfield. As I mentioned earlier, this is where I wanted to be because, well, for two main reasons. One, Ghana's oil industry in terms of the upstream, in terms of the supply of oil. I started to see that a lot of Ghanaians were entering into the sector. Before, it was controlled very much by the international trading companies, or in the upstream, it still is controlled by the international oil companies in the world. And two, there aren't any women in this industry.
Yes.
There are very few women.
Very few.
To me, it's very sad. So that for me is very much a big issue that I work towards in all our spaces here. Yes, working here has been one of the greatest pleasures in my life and the greatest blessings, And I'm very happy to say that today that I feel that my contributions have, brought Springfield to where it is today, being the only indigenous African company, not just Ghanaian, African company to drill a well and find oil in deep water, and to be the only African indigenous company to be operating and owning an oil block of our size.
Congrats on that.
Thank you very much. It's been a very long journey and a tough one. But then again, no good thing comes easy.
So what would you say to women who are aspiring to be in your place to enter the industry?
I think the advice I'd like to give is not necessarily to come into a male-dominated environment. I think the advice I'd like to give is to come into their own.
Okay.
You understand? And it's not about a man being there or not. I believe that the two genders have different things to offer and come with different qualities to the table. So as women, we must know who we are and what we're capable of. It's not about somebody telling you that.
Okay, OG. I can call you OG, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Can you tell us about your background?
Okay, so Ogogo Dixon, popularly known as OG Dixon. So I make people call me with the first two letters of my name just because it's very difficult to pronounce and I really want my name pronounced in the right way. So unless you're from my tribe, it can be very mouthful to say. So actually, I'm a graduate of the University of Benin. I studied applied mathematics and I graduated with a first class honor.
Wow.
I give all credit as well to my mathematics teacher, Mr. Joseph Ayete. I hope he's watching. He's Ghanaian,
Okay.
and he was very instrumental in me loving maths.
Typically, I mean, mathematics is not the norm for women, so it's something that is a standout. I mean, and you had a first class in mathematics. That's a rare one.
It wasn't easy, I
Yeah.
can tell you, because I had like men, young men, come up to me and say, you know, we will make sure you don't get this first class.
Oh.
It's impossible for a woman to beat me. So even at a young age, you still get, you know, those sort of pushbacks, even from the male peers, male students. It was so sad.
So after your first degree, did you go straight into work or?
Yes, so I was hired straight out of the university
Okay.
and into Baker Hughes.
Okay.
Yes, so it's been a 20 years plus journey experience, though I left Baker Hughes in 2015 to G Oil and Gas. Then in
Okay.
2017, we actually merged together to become Baker Hughes,
that's
a
like
G
a
company.
destined.
So I came back.
Back to Baker Hughes.
So back to Baker Hughes, and there was no running away,
Yeah.
and to a bigger Baker Hughes, and it's been a tremendous experience. I've taken up all sorts of roles to leadership, even regional roles.
Okay.
I've led a region, and that's actually Europe. It was a
Wow.
bit scary, but at the same time very challenging, because I was the only woman.
Probably
And I
only
was
black leader
an
there.
only black leader.
I saw that coming.
as a regional manager, and also I was the youngest.
Okay, so Oji, being a woman in this position, how has it been? Has it been beneficial? Do you get favors because you're a woman, or has it been difficult? What has been the challenges and the benefits in there?
I think for me, first of all, one good thing is that I'm working for a company that actually doesn't really act based on gender, but based on results and performance. So
Competencies.
that actually helped me a great deal. The fact that I do a good job is recognized and I get rewarded for it.
Okay.
But from a personal level, it's been tough
Oh.
because I have two kids. I have a daughter, Layla. She's 13. She's going to be 14 soon.
Okay.
I have a son, David, that is 11. He turned 11 in December last year. And of course, I'm married, right? So I'm married to Leonard Dixon. He is an American. And for me, it's all about understanding. So from the beginning, I mean, he met me offshore when I was working as a field engineer.
Okay.
And he knew the kind of person I was. And he knew I was career driven.
Yeah.
So of course, getting into marriage, you need to be clear on
Who you are.
of what you want to be, and you need to marry someone that is ready to support you. So I think from a home standpoint, I have a very supportive husband. He's also into oil and gas.
Yeah.
And he sees how hard I work and he appreciates it. He knows I travel a lot. I mean, I've been relocated, reassigned to about 5 countries in over 7
Okay.
years. So I move a lot with our family, but he's always supportive.
Okay.
And supporting me in everything I want to do. And I think that's just, despite the challenges that come, I have a fantastic, cheerer that is always making me relaxed and always willing to listen to me.
So what advice would you give to other women or girls who want to come in? There's so much talk about women in STEM lately, but you can still add your voice to it. I mean,
So to all the women, young women and ladies out there watching this program, I strongly encourage you to take up some form of course in anything related to STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I'm a mathematician. This is how far I've come. You can do way better than me. The sky is your limit. And if you're in a male-dominated environment, don't let that deter you. Stay focused. Stay determined. Find role models that can support you in everything that you do, right? And then you would see the reward. Then I think from another standpoint, for even women in leadership, there are very few. But I pray that you also help develop other women that are in your organization, because we women, we need people to help coach us.
yeah.
You need someone as a role model. You need someone that is ready to help also lift you to the next level.
Yeah.
And so for me, The sky is your limit. There's no job that you cannot do.
Yes.
Look at me. I'm not big in size. I'm just a young woman. I would say I'm too young, but I mean, I'm a strong supporter of women, right? And also of men. So don't get it wrong. I just really like people that are passionate about what they do.
Ready to work.
And they are ready to work. They have a mission. They have a vision, right? And that is it. You're committed.
Stay focused, that's it.
Florence Sasibia Martin grew up in the Upper East region of Atanga, where I started my basic school, proceeded to Accra, and I went through to my secondary school, St. Margaret Mary Secondary School.
I grew up in Dansoman.
Wow.
I know that school.
Yeah. So from there, I moved to University for Development Studies, precisely WA, where I did environment and resource studies.
Okay.
And I had a privilege to do my national service in the mines, Golden Star, Bogoso Prestige mines. During my service in the mines, I started a program, a postgraduate program at Gempa. It's a 1-year program. I had to travel all the way from Bogoso to Accra every weekend.
Oh, lots of sacrifice.
Yeah, that got me my first job and as an occupational health and safety advisor for a contractor that was backfilling the Prestige pit and the Golden Star Bogoso Prestige mines. From there, I moved to Group 5 Construction and the Newmont at Chim. And then I moved to Accra, where I occupied my first managerial role as an occupational health safety and environmental manager.
So first environmental studies, and then you went into occupational health and safety for your master's degree. So what next from there?
Next, so many has happened. Actually, someone who likes to learn. There's no single year that passed by without me trying to upgrade my knowledge in the field that I work. I am not so focused on the certificate, but the knowledge acquired.
In your leadership role here, and then throughout all you've done in the industry, what impacts have you made that you're most proud of? And how has you being a woman impacted what you do?
Okay, so first of all, I must say, I congratulated myself well in 2019 when I was declared the first lady in Ghana to have chartered in my profession as a health and safety professional with the Institution of Occupational Safety and Health UK.
That was a good one.
It has brought a lot of young ladies in the industry closer to me. I must say I'm coaching a lot of young women in the industry in this field not to give up. I tell them my daily stories, what I went through back in the mines to the construction and how I entered into the energy sector. It has not been easy. But I must say, I have had, it's been worth it. And I must say, my husband has also been very supportive in doing courses, having a child, and having to come to work, and he's been there. It's not everyone who gets it that way. So I encourage young ladies that whatever you start, if you have the passion, go for it. Nothing can stop you. If you have the passion, don't give up. You just have to go get it. I also was the type who want to know more. I ask questions. I laid low. I ask, even as at now, I still lay low because I don't know it all. So at the end of the day, you need to network. You need to be involved, attend conferences, be involved in occupational safety and health general meetings. So you can get to understand and be up to date in what is happening in the profession of occupational safety and health across the globe and in Ghana.
Next, we meet Dinah, an HR practitioner who has successfully veered into health and safety, and Miriam, a petroleum engineer working on rigs. So, Miriam first, what kind of engineer are you?
So, I studied petroleum engineering at KNUST, and I'm now working in an area of petroleum called completions, and we have different divisions, and I've been working with liner hangers and intelligence completions and clean well technologies.
So Dana, what's HSSE and how did you get into that space?
Okay. Health and safety
or in broad is the HSSE, is actually trying to protect the workers, the plants, the entire company. I'll say my career has been quite an interesting one. With time, I fell in love.
Interest.
Yeah, so I had some interest. I got the passion for safety. So I was advised to take up some courses. Okay, so I registered for Irish Managing Safely.
Moving from HR into, that's interesting. Very different from yours because you actually studied directly and then tell us more on that line. You studied petroleum engineering in school, right?
I chose to do engineering in junior high school actually. And then we had these university students coming to the school, and then they were showing us all these kind of new ideas about engineering and then nanotechnology.
Secondary school?
No, in junior high school.
Okay.
I saw something about nanotechnology. You know, they gave us a magazine, and I saw it in it, and I told my teacher that I like this. I want to do this.
Okay. Did you know that it's a male-dominated field?
Yes. So when I chose to do engineering, I mean, it was nanotechnology. But as I passed through senior high school, I started learning about, you know, all the different aspects of engineering. We have electrical, mechanical. I mean, nanotechnology was not being offered in any Ghanaian university, and I would have to go outside of the country. So I started exploring, you know, the kinds of engineering that I felt was closer. There was chemical, there was aerospace. That was when I actually started noticing that there was a kind of stereotypical behavior surrounding engineering, that engineering is not common for women. That I actually didn't know that till my third year when I was choosing my courses.
So clearly, you ladies have sacrificed a lot. It's taken lots of commitment to be where you are. Has it been worth it, or do you have any regrets?
Okay, so for me, I don't have any regrets.
Standing here, one.
Well, it's more about the opportunity to, you know, challenge yourself. You know, you get told all the time that it's not an area for women, and, you know, just the fact that you're proving that wrong alone is fulfilling. Yeah.
So then, has all your sacrifices to achieve this and get to this level been fulfilling?
Yeah, I would say yes. Yes, because I've been with my company for about 6 months, and if I should tell you what I've learned on the job so far, you'll be amazing. Yes, it will take us like a whole day to discuss the exposure that I've actually had so far. Yes, but yes, even though the work is very fulfilling, yes, I would say the pay too is good. It's not bad. Like as people will just target oil money, but it's not always the case anyway.
But that's on the lighter time.
That's on the lighter note anyway.
Yeah. Miriam, on your end also, what would you do to encourage some, especially now that I know you have
Energy Africa.
a group that's Energy Africa. Okay, that also projects and encourages females into the industry, right? Okay, so tell me how you're managing that and how you'd want to encourage people.
So with Energy Africa, we've been speaking to, you know, a lot of women in the industry, a lot of high-profile women who have really progressed in their career. One thing that I've seen resonating throughout all their stories is be deliberate in your actions.
Yeah.
So for the young girls that are now coming in and they're looking, okay, is this the industry that I want to be in? Just be deliberate. If you know what you want, you direct yourself in that way. When you bring that as a woman and people see you are focused and you know what you want, they're actually willing to help you achieve your goals even more in this industry.
Hope you enjoyed the treats. This is what we do on Energy Quest. We throw light on the energy sector. Till we meet again. Ciao.
As a man on a mission, I am constantly on the move. My work takes me to different places from all walks of life. In the process of time, I have met many successful people with different backgrounds and with different drives. One thing has been common among them all: Like me, they don't compromise on quality. Which is why each day as I leave home to face the world, I drive straight to the one place I know I can refuel for the day, because I am assured of quality fuel at an affordable price.
No more! Over the mouse of Ixalo. Mutare triple S.
Na triple S no yɛ dɛn.
Make them tell you. Factor social distance health.
Here at Santor, quality is affordable.
At Santor Energy, quality is affordable. Clean fuel, friendly service.
Immediately the product was actually introduced to me, I wanted to get on it, and that was the Gold Check account, guys. This has actually changed my business. So on the First National Bank app, you have the business toolkits that gives you all the information that you need to run your business, and whatever inquiries you have, they're always ready to answer. And that makes life very easy for me. And you have the in contacts that helps you access every transaction that takes place or happens. Now, point of sales terminal. I market wherever I go, and so I love to have that so I can take payments, especially with those who tell me I do not have cash. A bank that understands that you can start life all over again or start a business from scratch. Very keen on running it and making sure that you grow to the core. It's one you should look out for. My name is Jifa Bekre Gray, the CEO of Jifa Gray Creations. I recommend that you sign up to the Gold Check account from First National Bank for a great banking experience.
Did you miss an episode of Energy Quest? Watch all episodes on YouTube at Energy Quest TV or Kente TV. Also catch up on the Daily Graphic YouTube page and website. Energy Quest, looking into the future.